Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rowan, the Lyranwitch. I am back today with another collective message. This is going to be a crow message. For those of you who are new to the channel, the crows are the cosmic informants. They are the ones who let me know what's going on in the animal kingdom and the human kingdom. I tap into all of their energies as a group, and they let me know anything that is holding back humanity, any kind of karmic energies that need to be released as a whole from humanity that are holding back light workers. So with that being said, I would just like to remind you guys that I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to my patrons. Thank you to those who book personal readings, energy healing, animal communication sessions, and coaching. And those who purchase crystals in my shop. You guys are awesome. And to those of you who have not yet gotten a reading, you can be in the running for the 2 free readings that I'm giving away when I hit 1,000 subscribers by making sure that you are subscribed and also leaving me a comment, just letting me know what you think or just that you're interested. So please come in with the spirit of discernment. This is for a lot of different people, so not everything will be for you. Take what resonates, take what helps, leave behind the rest, and let's see what the guides, ancestors, and the gods have to say. So what we will be tuning into today is a continuation of some of the other crow messages that have showed up. I'm being told to reverse this. I've read on this particular individual before, and Spirit gives me dreams about them every once in a while. This is somebody with the Fool who had to start over. I've spoken about them before. This is a man who was part of a cult group that harassed light workers in an area. This person is now on the run for crimes that they committed, and they are hiding. Okay, they're basically in hiding. They want to change their life and move towards something new with the Star, but with the 2 of Wands, this is simply in the strategy phase, and they're trapped. They need somebody else to work with. 3 of Pentacles here in order for that to happen. With the 9 of Wands, this person is stuck. Like, they're stuck in a web of their own shit, basically. 10 of Wands in reverse. There's no way out of this because this person, who literally came up as the Hierophant in the last reading, I will link it below. So if you haven't seen that reading and this resonates, check it out. But this person was a dark Hierophant. They were a cult leader, okay? They thought they were a lot bigger than God, basically. And this person is on the run now, okay? But justice is here, bottom of the deck. This person, as I'm reading them right now, is out in the Southwest. Okay, take that for who it resonates, all right? But there's going to be messages for people in all kinds of different situations. You know, light workers in many situations have been affected by people who are just out here for money. You know, who have either robbed you blind or tried to. There's a lot of people right now who are, you know, on the darker side of things that have been working against different light workers because of their own greed and because of a general lack of understanding for universal laws and thinking that they could exploit archonic energies or demonic energies in order to gain money or transfer light workers' energy into money, which is goofy and that doesn't make sense. Some of them have even tried to do destiny swapping, which again doesn't even work. Like, anybody who thinks they can take your spiritual gifts that the gods gave you is an idiot and doesn't have an understanding of how energy works, right? But we'll get into it. These people have been using spell work for many, many, many years. A lot of them are heavy drinkers and or drug users, 3 of Cups. And this person, this Dark Hierophant, is like a reverse emperor type of character. This is somebody who was in charge, still thinks he's in charge, but again, he's really entrapped right now. He's currently, in my dream, he was showing up on a topographical map. So he might be doing odd jobs. This person, I was hearing, might have some kind of background or skill in surveying or might have gotten into that. I'm not sure what that's about. But anyway, I saw this person on a topographical map, and they were running substances between different areas of Arizona in the dream. In particular, between Lake Havasu and Lake Kingsman. In my dream, there was like a lot of activity. This person might be staying on BLM land. If you aren't familiar with that, that's Bureau of Land Management. It's like free land. And this person is in like a retro truck camper or something. Like they lost... It's like they had to pick up a new home on wheels because they unalived somebody and got sold out by their own group because the group didn't agree with how they were doing things. These were all negative magicians, okay? And they are under judgment. These people that were in the group with them knew they were under judgment, and that's why they got out when they could. They saw this person work with somebody else to unalive his partner. This cult leader unalived his own partner for gain. And the others were like, we want nothing to do with that. There's not a damn thing I want to do with that. They knew this wasn't the way to their 10 of Cups. And with that, they were feeling betrayed by this person because a lot of them thought they were in a position of power and realized very quickly that they weren't going anywhere fast. It's bizarre. Like, these are all blue-collar people as well. These are not, like, high-level cult leaders or anything. Like, there's definitely negative energies and energy harvesting campaigns that take place on all levels of society. This one is a particularly low level, but I have done videos on white-collar criminals and on people who are, like, in the upper echelons of society. These are not those people. These are, like, mechanics, bank tellers, janitors, I don't know, fast food workers or servers. You know, not to like say anything bad about any of those professions. I've done a lot of those professions myself. But this is to say that these people really thought they were going to like conquer the world or like have some kind of world domination because the entities they were tuning into were so like mind-altering that they really convinced these people of that. And it's not logical. It's very goofy. With the 9 of Pentacles, they really thought they were going to get a financial gain that would benefit the whole group to the point where they'd be able to do more. These people may have been grave robbers as well, or done some sort of necromancy type of working. Necromancy in this regard is talking about putting other people's ancestors into a cage or enslaving their own ancestors. Like, these weren't mediums, right? The King of Wands here, they were like using their own, they were like putting these energies in enslavement for their own desires, which is a great way to make your ancestors really mad. With the Queen of Wands coming up right after, literally just fell into my lap. You know, the divine feminine energy is what the undercurrent of any ancestor work is, the enlightened divine feminine. Okay, so this is like matrika type of energy. If you're talking about the Hindu tradition, like this is a very powerful, a very unleashed and free type of energy. So whenever you try to put that energy into a cage or under some kind of very intense lock and key or servitude position, it's going to backfire. Like, then you get Mahakali, you know, and you get this energy that just beats the crap out of you. And that's essentially what happened. Like, these people thought they were getting the sun, but in this deck, the sun is this wild, untamed tornado that's coming after them. So these people are not only outrunning the law because of their crimes, they're also trying to outrun literally like goddess energy, or like basically the unfettered rage of many people's ancestors, because these weren't all their own ancestors. they were like trying to target people, which could be you, collective. If they knew you personally, or if you had some connection to this group, which many of you do, if you're tuning into this, there are people who knew something about your family, or maybe even knew some of your ancestors. This could have even been like you dated somebody involved in this group, and they knew that you lost, I don't know, like a grandfather or something. And they actually did workings to try to use your grandfather's energy against you, which is absurd. So obviously it pisses off an entire lineage, and then they think that's going to go well. Like, it's bizarre. It's really, like, they're getting tossed up. You know what I'm saying? It's very goofy. But yeah, this guy that we were tuning into before is out in the desert. All right. So we have this Knight of Wands energy out in the desert. He's in his chariot, which in this case is like a retro truck camper. That's what they showed me in the dream. It was like a mustard yellow retro truck camper. And he was like running substances, right, between these two places out in the desert. And it doesn't have to be the two places that I saw in my dream, but that they showed me a map in the dream specifically with those two places. So they could be relevant to you. But I saw them in the desert doing this work. And basically what was happening is they were trying to exist in this hermit mode out there and reestablish some sort of control with this new group. They very quickly became known as somebody who would do anything for money and who was reconsidering their alignments. This person may have had affiliations that went against different groups wherever he went to, but he's like reconsidered his alignments or something, or maybe was able to hide it from the people that he is now interacting with. Okay. With the Six of Wands in reverse, there's almost this energy of like, he's willing to do a lot for money. Okay. And he's overgiving to this new group. They're definitely taking advantage of his position. However, the reason that Spirit is bringing this up is because there's somebody else from this original cult or coven or group that was targeting you is going to be reaching out. All right? They have some understanding of where this cult leader went, but nobody has snitched on him. Okay? But somebody is going to be reaching out to see if they can befriend you or get some kind of information or something from you. For some of you, this has already happened. But this person will be either sending you a message, like I'm seeing a Facebook notification for somebody. It could be anything though. But this person's going to act like you're still friends or something. This may have been somebody that you knew was involved and distanced yourself from, but it's not like anything was said. So I don't think they know that you knew who they were, that Spirit told you of their alignments. But they're going to be asking you for some type of information or trying to see what you know or see if you're willing to befriend them. The people that this cult leader left behind want to get in your good graces because they think that you did spell work that has put them in the positions that they are in now, which is karma eating them alive. These are, like I said, the ancestor groups eating them alive. Like, these people are seeing shit in the mirror. When they go to the bathroom, some of them have been hospitalized. Some of them have had grippy sock vacations. Some of them have passed away. I mean, shit is real for these people. They went hard whenever they targeted you and the others that they had originally been gunning for. Okay? And you were one of their main spiritual people that they targeted. Like, they saw your spiritual potential possibly before you did and began targeting you. But they also targeted other people in the community that had positions of kind of power, I guess. These are like local business owners, local lawyers, things like that. And they were trying to like move up in some way. But you're the one that the ancestors came in the hardest about. So they're aware of you. They're aware of your spiritual power even more than they were before, because when they did their little scrying and their workings to see where this was all coming from, your ancestors hit hard. Like, they knew who they had pissed off here. So they think that you've done baneful magic, and possibly some of you have, but the reason that they've been hit the hardest, hit in the way they have, literally, look at this 5 of Cups, they're all, like, laying there. Like, they just got slammed in the middle of this party, right? Sorry, the reason that they, like, are trying to get in your good graces is so that you'll possibly reverse this spell work they think you did. And like I said, even if you did, this can't be reversed for these people. I don't think you would reverse anything you did anyway, but anything that you did, I'm hearing, was karmic justice. I don't feel there was ego behind any kind of back to sender or anything that you did with this group. I think that you were put here as a judge. Like, you're the judge and the jury in this situation because you've earned that level with your guides. You work with the divine. You don't do any kind of working without asking your guides if you should do it, what you should do. A lot of you actually have goddess energy around you that fully advises and directs you. And I feel that you don't do anything without asking or without being told. So, like, these people pissed off the big energies. Oh my god. The 10 of Wands. I shouldn't laugh, but this is, like, ridiculous that they thought they could sneak around and be all silent and get this information and steal from you. But literally, this person is coming in through the window to steal or to sweet talk or whatever. But they're wearing a skull. Like, and they're under the moon. Like, even though they're trying to be sneaky, like, they've brought the energy of death with them. Just by virtue of the fact that they were messing with too many things they do not have the right to access. The gatekeepers have been kicking these people out for so long that it came to a certain point where these energetic gatekeepers looked at each other and were like, let's just let them in. Let's let the kiddies out of the playpen. They want to play here so bad. We're going to let them get their ass beat. And they did. You know, I mean, literally, like, they're messing with energies that have them fully tethered, dragging them around by the neck now, because they were trying to unlock things they should not access. All at the original advising of this dark Hierophant energy. Yeah, with this 5 of Wands, I feel like you and one other person in your particular scenario are light workers, just shining your energies onto these people just by virtue of existing. Like, you're in this dark room just using your flashlight, and they're like, "Wah!" Like, falling away here. Like, you're just trying to find your way out of this tunnel that you somehow ended up in. They have been trying to lure you into this tunnel for so long. And you're just like, I don't even care about this. I just want to leave. Like, that's the energy I'm getting from you. You're just like, I want this to be over. And I feel like you're picking up the pieces now. Like, you're getting the final, I'm hearing final notice, like the final pieces of what happened so that you can make peace and be done with this whole thing. There's the card that flipped over. I've been looking for it. This one card in here keeps flipping over, and I see it for a moment, and then it's gone. Which I feel like could be whatever last piece of information you need to make sense of this. It's like you keep getting it for a second, and then something is taken away, or you have to focus on something else. And that's part of their... Some kind of spell work was done over you and the group of targeted people to prevent you from having the time, energy, or whatever to make the discoveries you'd need to reveal these folks. Which is why myself and other readers have been tasked with tapping into this energy. There's so many of us at this point that have been assigned to this, that even if you couldn't get through, or I couldn't get through, or 20 other people couldn't get through. It'll just be directed to the next light worker. Like, there's too many of us for them to shut the information down. And at this point, like, Spirit is helping you to tie up these loose ends so that you can be done with this and move on to the next. Truly. Like, I feel like you've had to do so much journaling and so much studying, and they want you to not have to think about this anymore. So you might be writing your emotions about this situation, and they're trying to get all of these emotions out of you. So if you've been overly emotional, you know, and really trying to make sense of what's going on or what has happened to lead you through this situation, it's not going to be forever. It's going to be this moon cycle, and no amount of delay magic that they put on can change that. So if you are feeling a lot of emotions, release them. You know, let them out, be with them, because this is a release for you. Yeah, Spirit really wants to pour into you moving forward. And they want to show up with this cat energy, with Bastet on this card, of landing on your feet, literally with the High Priestess coming up right here. There's information that they've been downloading you with. But I feel like there's a resistance now to even getting into this situation anymore. Queen of Swords reversed. I feel like you're so over it with this whole thing that I'm not going to beat this to death, but basically Spirit is saying, you know, you're balancing out the last of this. 7 of Swords. Just go with it for this last moon cycle. This is the last release we have to do with you, okay? To get you to your 10 of Cups. To get you to your new people that you're going to commit to, 4 of Wands, that are actually good for you. The people who have been able to alchemize their energetic warfare situations too. Okay, so this group that I'm speaking to today, you know, you're here. Like, this 10 of Cups is here for you. The energy exists in your field, and that means it's meant to happen. But you need to release the last of this, okay? You need to move on past the disappointments that have happened to you. Don't reject the last of this release. It's important and it needs to happen. Yeah, and Spirit is definitely trying to tell you about this, okay? So pay attention to your dreams, visions, inklings. If you get an off feeling about anybody, stay away from them. Because there are still people that were involved with whatever group was targeting you that are trying to get information from you. Yeah, Ace of Swords. This is truth, okay? And some of them still want to show off for somebody else that they can win. Like, the other people who messed with you couldn't do it, but I can type of energy. And it's not going to work for them. Justice coming up yet again. You have angels and guides that are looking out for you right now. And they're saying, do not question yourself. 2 of Swords in reverse. Don't question yourself. If you have 2 options, pick the one that feels right in your gut. That's the season you're in, and it's not going to be that way forever. Strength. Okay? Get through this moon cycle. The next cycle of your life is going to be you being done with this. It's going to be you refreshing and moving on to the next thing. It's going to be you getting these downloads that you need of where you either move to next or how to move on from this. For a lot of you, though, you are going to be physically moving somewhere else. So listen for those downloads. Quit being afraid. There's no amount of delay magic. There's no amount of anything that can continue messing with you. The Temperance angels are here. And they're they're showing me like a bunch of hands in the pot, right? Like in this cauldron. And they're showing me Archangel Michael going around and ripping everybody's hands out of the pot and like turning up the gas on the fire. Like, if you want to keep reaching in the pot, you're just going to scald yourself. We are done with this. This light worker has been through enough. That's the vibe right now, okay? So, release the last amount of your paranoia and fear. Stay cautious, obviously, but not afraid. And that's what I have for you guys today. I really hope that this resonates for who it's meant to. Again, this one was not for everybody, but it's important for who it's meant for. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm sending you lots of love and peace. See you in the next one.